What's up, everyone? Desi Fresh here. Welcome to the SOALCast episode 2. I'm here alongside Hunter Forlow, Jackson, and DJ Laws. So, how you doing tonight, guys?
Doing great. Just had Taco Bell. If anyone who knows me well, makes or breaks a day right there. So I'm already off to a great night.
Vibing, feel like absolute garbage, but we're all about the vibe, baby. So we power through.
Always in my bag with a broken leg, you know the vibes. Eating crackers and shit.
All
Um,
right, so we're doing
DJ,
solid. Right?
explain to everybody what happened, real quick.
Ooh, alright. So, almost choked on a cracker, my bad. Let me tell you, I was at work, and I work at Food Line, of course, so I'm a stalker in the back. That sounds fucked up, but no, I just stock shelves. I'm in the back unloading the truck, and this truck driver's a fucking asshole. Excuse the language. Excuse my potty mouth. This guy's in the back just fucking shoving the truck. I told him to stop, and he didn't, right? And I got off the truck, and my leg slipped, right? Right when my leg slipped, my leg literally went two different ways. Kneecap went outwards, leg went inwards. And then not to top that off, right at the end too, right when my leg goes out, boom, the pallet goes right over my foot. Cause what's he still doing? Shoving the pallet. Let me tell you, me and him had some colorful words. You know, he apologized, he didn't apologize, but we sat there, and my two of my managers had to carry me out of the back room because I couldn't move my leg.
Yeah, so
But
I think that makes about 2 for 2 on sole owners breaking their legs. The other one was on the way to an event, but at least you were in your hometown still. So
Chris was really on his way to an event. His bus got in a car accident.
how do you
That's
get in
so
a
fucked
whole
up.
He
bus
comes,
car accident?
we were just sitting outside. He comes hobbling up the fucking escalator. He's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "We're at the fucking hospital 25 minutes ago," and he was like,
You,
"Yeah."
you know what? Shout out the goat though. Like even though he got into a wreck in a giant bus, still showed up to the event.
yeah,
Right,
he could have
Me,
turned around, went home.
yeah, me, the little bitch I am, sat at home. You know.
right.
Let me
All
continue
right.
my crackers. Enjoy, boys.
So the first couple topics we got to do regard the BO3 Throwback 20 that Soul is running. So if you guys haven't seen our tweets on the TL or anything like that, July 18th, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Soul is running a BO3 Throwback. We're really excited about this. I'm really excited about this. I've been putting a lot of work into it, and I know me and DJ and a couple other guys have. It's gonna be $20 per person, 4v4 variant on PlayStation. Um, tell your friends, get a team, come hang out with us. It's gonna be live streamed the entire event, and there's gonna be a highlight video after the event done by me. So it's gonna be a good time, just something for the community to play, look forward to, and if it does well and you guys are interested, we'll do more of these in the future. So look forward to that this Saturday, July 18th. Um, we're also in a kind of weird time here with coronavirus. We did the last one of these a couple months ago, and here we are, still, stuck in our houses, not really doing much. And just recently, they announced that COD Champs will be online, and that's kind of weird because they announced the format today, and it's really weird, like the best of 9 finals and shit. So, does anyone have any thoughts or comments about the CDL's statement?
Tragic, tragic. I think I can speak for most people when I say that we would all rather it be on LAN. Champs every year. This is the first time it's ever been online, and bring it back to even I guess technically the first COD champs, but it was XP in Modern Warfare 3, and it's just like not going to be the same event. I know it's the same money, but it's not going to be the same event online. So I don't know what I don't know. Who's going to win. Online's very fluky, but the fact that the biggest tournament of the first year of the franchise league is online is just like it's just tragic.
Like, I think it's so whack. Like, you have so many teams putting in like $25 million, like for a spot, like, and you have months and months and months to plan this out. And I feel like there were so many options to get it done on LAN. Like, you could have no fans, obviously, and keep teams quarantined, like by themselves, put them in a bubble for literally a weekend. Like I feel like so many teams would be willing to go that far to have it on land and not break for 2 weeks than having a fucking $4.5 million tournament played online. Online. There will be 45 plus ping playing for a $25 million spot, bro. I would be pissed. Bro, I get mad playing online in pubs. These kids are playing for millions of dollars online. Fuck that. I would be pissed.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
you just think like biggest Call of Duty tournament in Call of Duty history. You know, esports has been around for a very long time. Call of Duty esports has been around for a very long time, and you know, not even a series, not even finals is played on LAN. I mean, that would be 10 players playing in a giant ass room for fucking $4 million, and they don't even like. I mean, just think of the possibilities they could have had. Like, just rent out a stadium or some shit, put all the teams on the floor, spread them out. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot more that goes into it, but I think any fucking player in the league would either have it rather be canceled, postponed, like, but they're gonna do it online, and I just don't think it's the right call. You have the integrity issues with the Cronus fucking shit, and just like people boarding, and you know,
Scumbags.
like imagine if someone
Douchebags, bro.
gets hit offline. Like, I mean, like, what are you gonna do? Like, it's
The fact that someone can get hit offline in COD champs, dude.
Beyond
dude,
me.
people's routers are gonna be getting fried for fucking
I mean,
money.
not to
Like,
mention the finals is a best of 9. When's the last time we've seen a
Best of
best of
9?
9 series?
yeah, I mean, well, Black Ops 1, they had best of 11s and shit. I mean, I remember they had obviously best of 7s were around.
And
And
Black
that's
Ops 3.
typical. Yeah, Black Ops 3 AW, like that's
Right.
typical. Like, but a best of 9 and the team from the winners bracket is already up 1-0 going into the series.
I will
I
think
mean,
I think it will be weird because every event you expect like the team that comes from winners having to win just one series and the losers team has to win two. And the fact that that's not the case, it's just I feel like the advantage to the winners bracket team isn't as large as it normally is. Only having one map out of 9, I mean, you have to win 5 out of the 9 maps to win champs and finals, and you only get granted a map from coming out of winners. So you're really not at a huge disadvantage coming out of losers if you really think about it.
I just also think like, I mean, you see the format. If you're the 1 or 2 seed, you got to win 3 matches to win champs, and the last one's obviously the big one. But you got other teams that are coming straight from the losers bracket. They got to run the fucking gauntlet for the entire weekend again online. Like, I mean, I could imagine playing 9 matches against the 12 best or the 9 other best teams in the world online. Like, that's stressful. I mean, there's not even 9 fucking maps in the rotation. like, like
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
I'd
Like,
literally
it's
run their
tough.
pockets and I can't even run.
I just,
like
it's-
you're gonna be playing every map and mode in the game, every map mode combination in the game in finals.
yeah,
they
like,
might leave out 1 or 2.
I don't know.
Imagine 9 gun
There's
runners
two
in a row.
doms. There's 2 doms. You just each team picks a dom. You just leave the last one out. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's a giant
Fuck,
headache.
man.
I just feel bad for the players. I feel bad for the league because obviously, I think the league would have been really good this year if all this shit didn't happen. I mean, they had what, like 3, 4 home series, and then boom, the coronavirus happens and they cancel everything for the rest of the year. I mean, it's really tough. And then I want to think about the local scene. I mean, you already run into the disadvantage. The game isn't. No one really enjoys playing this Call of Duty, and without locals, I mean, it happened with us. You guys didn't want to play online, and that's a completely understanding thing.
Yeah, I wasn't. I mean, I tried, but a month, and I was literally like, I would wake up every day and I could count on my hand 5 more gray hairs I was growing like every day. Might just be because I'm getting old, but at the same time, the game is just. I mean, on LAN it was all right. I mean, I literally still got joked, and I have witnesses on LAN. The game was just bad, and especially online. I mean, it's just fake. The game's fake, and It's like it sucks because going into this year, it was like a Modern Warfare, so classic Call of Duty. I was pumped, and I think the first game, the first competitive map I ever played, I scrimmed like tri-state local kids. I dropped like 45 kills, and I was like, this game is so easy. I'm just shitting on people that just. And then a month later, there's like slide canceling and fucking ATS, like auto attack sprint, and just like people are just fucking going crazy. I mean, I couldn't even keep up.
They're
It's
cracked.
insane, and so like the game online specifically was just unplayable for me. I was like, I can't do this shit anymore. I'm having a lot more fun not playing it, sticking to just Warzone and other games like Valorant and stuff. Thankful, but it does suck because every year that's our main game. I mean, Soul's based around Call of Duty, and when you have a game that no one in Soul wants to play, it's like, what the fuck? What are we doing? You know?
Right.
Yeah, I
Like
mean, we've seen that with Jack. Like, he's trying to play different games, and then we got other guys playing different games. So
I tried playing like Modern Warfare out the gate. Like every year they're like since BO3. Like I was kind of late to the scene. Like I didn't get my console until fucking I got an Xbox of a fucking eBay when I was like 14, 15. Started playing Black Ops 3. So I'm fairly late to the community. And I always played and I love playing. Like, and then Modern Warfare, the gameplay was so stale. The maps were so bad and like just genuinely not fun to play. Like, personally, like a lot of people will talk shit about BO4 last year. Personally, I always fucking liked it a lot. Like that shit was mad fun to me. Like there were some shit that you would change, but like given the circumstances, Black Ops 4 was so fucking exciting. I loved watching it. I loved playing it. I loved playing Blackout. I loved playing ranked play. All that shit. And I hop on Modern Warfare and I gotta play Grozna Raid or whatever the fuck that map is. You gotta be kidding. Hop me on, bro. Get me on frequency. First hit with a SOG. Correct for 60 seconds straight, just having fun. But now I got fucking crackheads where it's supposed to be a classic game, breaking their fucking controllers, just fucking glitch sliding across the map. That shit's not fun.
Literally week,
Um,
like they break a controller a week at least.
Bro, like their
At least.
thumbsticks are in the fucking dirt. Like
Gotta be.
they gotta swap them shits out every fucking. Probably smells like fucking burnt rubber after the end of a fucking close hard point. Fuck all that.
Yeah.
Um,
To be honest, the game's really not as bad as you guys are talking about. I feel like it's really like an underrated game. Um, I
Can I
sorry
change
about
this
the voice crack.
overlay it, like
Uh,
mid recording? Can I just change it to 3? I don't know.
I
I
mean,
think
I
Black
personally,
Ops.
I'm grinding every day. You know, like I really like. I'm trying to get my name out there. Like I have a PS4 somewhere in my room. I think it's here somewhere. It probably hasn't been turned on about 2, 3 months, but it's definitely here. I've definitely in my mental stability. I've definitely been. Is that a word? We don't know. We're gonna keep moving. It's definitely a very trash game, but I'm out there. You know.
I think during Black Ops 4, there were like a lot, like a few things to complain about. Um, but the fact that I look back and I think what I mainly complained about was shot punching, and that was it. That's all I had to deal with, and I was complaining. And then this year comes, like, I mean, in Black Ops 4 compared to Modern Warfare specifically, I could hop on and you could play pubs. Pubs were fun in Black Ops 4. Um, they had a ranked like mode, ranked playlist, uh, whereas Modern Warfare released pubs with just the CDL rule set and just called it a day. Um, and then you got pub players trying to play that using riot shields. Like they can still use riot shields and like shotguns and just shit like that. So that's awful. And like Jackson said, watching it way better, way more entertaining. And also playing it because I played about uh I think three tournaments or I went to 3 LAN events during Black Ops 4 and I enjoyed every single one of them. Modern Warfare I went to one and it was chalked after that. I couldn't believe the shit I was seeing. I mean, I was playing on land. Everybody apparently had a equal advantage, equal playing field, and I was getting joked on land. I mean, literally joked. And I was like, okay, I'm done. Like, this shit is chalked up for me. So hopefully next year, what is it, Cold War?
Yep.
Yeah, hopefully
Yeah,
Cold War.
Yes,
There
sir.
is the rumor that since it's July and we haven't heard anything about the upcoming Treyarch game, that when things resume, if they do, that we would play Modern Warfare for another year.
We
Yeah.
always have that one guy here to bring down the vibe.
I actually did hear that, and I think if that's the case, then I'll be taking my talents somewhere else. I definitely won't be sticking around for Modern
I
Warfare
do
2.
hear that you've been grinding Valorant lately, and you're pretty good at it. I heard. You
Uh,
looking for teammates? Is that a thing?
that is a thing, I think, because I can't not play something competitively at a time. So if I'm not playing Call of Duty competitively, I can't just be playing other games for fun. I have to be like playing something, like grinding it out, and so that's Valorant for me right now. And me and Crit, the other streamer in Seoul, we played this league. It was like it went all right. I mean, it was the first we had like this team that we were subbing in people every single day, subbing out whatever. And I think we're gonna try to grind it out and like play a couple tournaments and see, who we can pick up, because it's always good to have a couple different esports teams. And I know we had a Fortnite team before. Might have been my fault why we don't have one anymore, but that's besides the point. So, but yeah,
What do you
Valorant.
think it's your fault?
That's what I'm grinding until I see the next Call of Duty and I decide.
Jack, what have you been doing in your free time?
If I had free time, there's a pandemic going on. Still an essential worker. I'm taking 12 credit hours during the summer. And I'm getting tested for the coronavirus. So a lot going on in my life, for sure. But when I do have that free time, I fucking love Warzone. If it wasn't for Warzone in this game would be far and away the most dog shit thing I have ever seen on my console, and it's not even close. Like, I cannot stress this enough. This game is the worst thing I've ever played outside of Warzone. Right. So there's Warzone and there's Modern Warfare. They are not the same. Okay. Modern Warfare multiplayer genuinely is the worst thing I've ever had to put myself through. And I miss competing so bad. Like, I miss hopping on and talking shit to random, like, crackhead 16-year-olds. That shit's so much fun to me. Like, I enjoyed it in Black Ops 4 so much. Just hopping on, asking for scrims and shit. Fucking shot punching fucking weirdos and shooting their bodies. I loved it. I lived for it. Now, there's fucking auto attack sprint GAs and fucking ammo conversions. Like, bro, they have to take their shit away. Like, I can't play another game by Infinity Ward ever again. I'm like, as soon as it comes out, I'm just skipping it. But I'm super gassed for Cold War. Like, I was thinking, like, we were in Cord the other day, just like reminiscing on all the events and shit. And bro, I'm so gassed to go to one again. Like,
Yeah.
I cannot wait. Like, everything, like, just because I feel like it's gonna be like a year between like events, and I feel like everyone's gonna be gassed to go, and there's just gonna be so many teams, and it's gonna be super hyped up. And I miss grinding again.
Right.
Like, there are other factors as to why I can't right now, like, school, work, pandemic, but a good game, like, I can't wait. Like, Treyarch does not miss. Like, some people think Black Ops 4 is like one of the worst CODs. Like, I would still hop on that shit every day and get my fucking ladder points, and like, I genuinely
Exactly.
had a lot of fun for that.
I don't know what you guys' opinion on this, but I was thinking about it when Jackson mentioned Warzone. So far there's been 2 Call of Duty BRs, and which one did you guys like more? I know we got to play Blackout for the whole year, and we've only played Warzone for like I don't know, 3/4. But what do each of you guys prefer? Did you guys like? I think they're both pretty good. But which one do you guys prefer, Blackout or Modern Warfare's Warzone?
I'll start.
That's
I love
uh,
Warzone. Warzone
Yeah.
for me. Um, I don't know. I think the map's really cool. I think that the way they're doing the battle pass is pretty cool. I just like playing it and the aspect like if you die, like the gulag's really cool and buying your teammates back and you can get your own like loadout and shit like and the contracts. Like I just think everything about it, like obviously the state of the game with the C4s and RBGs are really fucking annoying. But
forget riot shields.
yeah, like when you round the corner and there's a guy with fucking a ride shield and a C4 and you know you're fucked. Like that sucks. But like I just find myself like whenever I'm playing like I just want to keep going. Like it's just so addicting to me.
Right.
So I like Warzone better than Blackout in my opinion.
What about you, DJ?
Personally, blackout. I think the only thing that if like you could add blackout into blackout, sorry, would be like Des said, the buyback,
Mhm.
because that's the one thing Warzone has over blackout. I feel like if it had it in there, I think blackout would 100% take over. Because like the aspect of just dropping in with the boys and just running somebody's pockets and like what was that spot called with the tower?
In
I don't
Blackout?
remember. Yeah, I don't remember what it was called, but you remember like a big building that was like 40 stories tall and had a helicopter on it. That was my spot. You just run somebody up, bro, and
Um.
fly. When you had the wingsuit, bro. Oh, that was my. Ooh,
Wingsuit was cool.
Oh, like the
yeah,
Like,
that,
I
that
think
construction
Wingsuit
site.
was
construction.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I
Uh,
just there were so many good memories in Blackout though. Like I feel like I don't have that in Warzone, so I feel like that's why Blackout takes over for me.
Honestly, I think if you had crossplay on Blackout, like I don't know, there are
That's
aspects
true.
to each that I like, but as a whole, I think I like Warzone more. Um, because there are just so many things that just bang about it, like Warzone. Like I think Fortnite was so popular because of how easy it was and how linked it was with social media, and how easy it was to play with your friends and talk about it.
Right.
And I think with Warzone, it was kind of the same thing. Like you see TikToks all the time about the fucking gulag and fucking like
Yeah. True.
auto 4500s or whatever. Um, you didn't really have that with Blackout. But I like Alcatraz Blackout
Oh yeah.
more than anything else. That was by far the
That was awesome.
most fun I've had on like a Black Ops, um, not a Black Ops, but a Call of Duty Battle Royale.
Right.
Just me, Hunt, Justin, like Phil, whoever. Like we were just trying fucking
Crazy.
get like,
Intense.
100 kills like a game. Like that shit was so much fun. I fucked with Alcatraz a lot, but just as a whole, if the next Call of Duty has like contracts and buybacks and like the buy stations, I think Treyarch could do it better than Infinity Ward. Just because fuck, what don't they do better than that? Like,
Yeah.
like
I think I'm gonna have to. We're gonna have to be split here. I think I have to go with Blackout overall. Like, I
Uh,
think, I think I like a lot of things about both of them. Um, and reiterating the same thing is like I love the gulag. That shit is amazing. How you can die and you get another chance by fighting someone else who's died. I like that you can buy people back. It definitely gives a lot more chances for like when those games that used to just drop in and then you get instant blooded by like a shotgun and you're done, and that shit sucked. So, but the reason I like Blackout more is because you could pick up certain I guess you would say equipment or like abilities, like the grappling hook. Like having a grappling hook in a BR like Call of Duty, um, it was just made it just made for some crazy plays. Also, like Jackson said, the Alcatraz. I know it's sort of two different BRs, but I mean they're in the same game, I guess. But um, and I liked how they would change the map a lot. They always added like they changed the trees to match what season it was and stuff like that. Um, but I think if Blackout Blackout was a year ahead of its time. Like after Blackout ended, cross-platform came to Call of Duty,
Yep.
and I think like you said, Jackson, next year Treyarch game, they're gonna have a BR. I mean,
It's gonna bang.
yeah, and they were the ones who originated it. So I mean, they've had a couple years to work on it and like improve things, and I'm super pumped. I don't know how it's gonna be with like the Cold War aspect because Black Ops 4 was like completely different than that. So,
Yep.
but all we can do is hope that we get a good game and a good BR, and we'll be all playing that shit all the time. I just know it.
Yep.
Yeah. One thing I don't remember Alcatraz. What are you guys talking
It's the mode where you could respawn,
And it was
and
like
there
in a
was
big
zombies in
prison
it.
cell and shit. Like it was like a
about?
big,
The
Oh.
Alcatraz Island, like
Oh,
the
I got
prison.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did
Like
not.
that felt like more Call of Duty-ish to me. Like that felt like if Call of Duty made a BR, just because like if you die once, like you're not done, like you can respawn. Like that's Call of Duty to me.
Yeah. And it
I feel
wasn't a
like
huge map
Warzone,
either.
right?
It was like close engagements and
Right.
shit.
Yeah, exactly. Which it was just fucking fun, like just an arcade style like game that Call of Duty is, but like turn VR, and just that concept was great. Um, and I feel like that's like why I prefer Warzone over Blackout as a whole. Just because if you die in Blackout, like you get thirsted from the get, your game's just done, and they're
Right.
just like I don't know. I'm like I don't. I have the attention span of like a fucking 8-year-old. So shit. Even when I die in an S&D round and I have to wait another minute, it's just like fuck. Like, but
This is giving me a
Warzone.
good idea, I think, because in Black Ops, in Blackout, in Black Ops 4, we had the Soul Blackout tournament,
Yep.
2v2. That shit was fun. We streamed it, super fun. And I think if we can, everybody in Seoul at least likes Warzone. They might not like Modern Warfare, but I think everyone in Seoul likes Warzone. And maybe, you never know, maybe in the future we could have another one of those. I'm not gonna give the idea though and give a prize because last time apparently I was gonna pay for the prize, so I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, as the new owner, we'll throw up a prize. I got you. I'm not gonna scumbag my players and make them pay for their own prize.
That was actually, yeah, yeah.
That's funny.
I don't know. I think we might if we do it, I think we might throw up a battle beaver or most of our teammates, most of our players are Call of Duty players, and people need new
Shit,
controllers.
I'm gonna have to go hard.
Yeah, I don't got fucking thumbsticks or my paddle's broken. Like it's
Oh,
tragic
Desmond needs
over
a teammate to get.
Now he
Oh,
needs a lens, bro. He's thinking about the wrong controls.
yeah, bro. As my videographer editor, you want thumbsticks?
Fuck, I'm playing on fucking plastic over here. All right, back to. I was going to go back to where Jack was mentioning just like missing competing, missing going to events and seeing people and just enjoying amateur tri-state competitive Call of Duty. And honestly, the year as a whole, I mean, it got cut short big time. I mean, I know a couple of the guys went down to that, North Carolina event at the start of the year with the game coming out. But what has it been like for everyone? We can just go around, not seeing everyone or not competing or not just being at a local.
You want to start it off, Hunt?
Yeah. Well, firstly, it sucks, obviously. I mean, like for the past 4 years, it's just been a part of my life where I mean, in certain years, every other month would be an event, whether it's NG or ETG. So I always had those to look forward to. And it was always like one weekend where I could just, like whatever was going on in my life, I could just leave for a weekend, see all my best friends, and compete and shit. And we haven't we all of Seoul hasn't been to an event in a very long time,
Oh,
like about a year almost now.
I think it was the January event of BO4, that January ETG when like all of us were there. But if you want to go back to like you're
No, it
talking
was
like
August.
everybody, like well Jack wasn't there
Yeah,
in
yeah, true,
January.
true.
If you
Yeah,
want to
so
go
it's
back
been a
to
while.
everyone like that World War II ETG, I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean, even when
What a
these
good
start back
video.
up, you never know if everyone's gonna be able to make it. But it's been a really, really long time since most of us have all been together in an event, and it's been a long time since like we've competed, and it definitely sucks because a lot of people get like egos from online, because there's no events, there's no lands to go to. So, people will win a couple online tournaments and think they're the best in the community. Um, and it's kind of crazy, like just like thinking about it, because years prior, like the last 3 to 4 years, like that's where your bragging rights were like where you placed at NJ or ETG, and now people are bragging about online tournaments. And I mean, before this whole pandemic, online tournaments were literally like you couldn't even really brag about them because it was online. People always said like, oh well, you couldn't do that on LAN. And now people winning online tournaments are literally getting bragging rights because that's the only thing to play. So I can't really blame them because there's literally no lands to go to. But as as for like not seeing everybody, all my friends and stuff, it definitely sucks because I was so used to it. And as for competing, it also sucks because, like I said, I get used to it, and you play this game to compete every couple months, and then all of a sudden it's just gone, and you can't go, and there's no events to go to, and it really fucking itches like on me basically because um I just want to go and compete and play on land, and that's like one of my favorite things to do in the world, and I can't do it. So I just am counting down the days until the next event, or till the first event, I guess, to start back up.
Hey, Jack, want to go next?
Um, I mean, like literally the same exact thing that Hunt said. Like I'm just fucking gassed. Um, just cause, bro, life has been like straight go for so long. Um, just like growing up and getting shit situated. Like I'm working full time, going to school full time. Like Hunt said, you'll always have that weekend that you look forward to, like where you get to see your best friends and have a fire ass weekend. But for so long, like there hasn't been that. Um, like I mean, me and Hunt went to the most recent one um, that people kind of went to. So did DJ. That was pretty cool, but there weren't a lot of people from the tri-state. That's where most of the people are. We're starting to get some people to move down south and kind of like balance it out. But at that event, we had me, Hunt,
Like Luke.
DJ, Justin, Luke. But usually we'll have like fucking twice that size. Um, that's what I'm really looking forward to because for whatever reason, there's an event and just like 3 people can go, and it's just like, dang, like fuck, if only like this person was here. Like for the Charlotte event, I'm like, dang, bro, imagine if Desi and Brandon were here. We could just make fun of Brandon and like. And
Is
for
it out on
Miami,
camera?
like yeah. And for Miami, we were like, dang, bro, imagine if Justin and Desi were here. Like, bro, this would be fire. Like I just need one event where there's genuinely everybody there. I'm gonna feel good. Like that would be straight vibes for an entire weekend. You get your fill with everybody there, and shit would feel great.
I'm gonna be honest. If Desi was at the Miami event and he
Oh,
and he made a video about it, it probably no, it 100% would have been the best video that I've ever seen in my life. Like
Easy.
that weekend. I mean, we're gonna do a separate podcast about that weekend, literally just about that weekend. So I'm not gonna really talk about it that much, but Desi is like, if he's not there, he can't capture all the moments, and he's almost at every event. But obviously, the one that Jackson was just talking about was like in North Carolina, so it wasn't really a tri-state local. And it felt so weird not having Desi there and like everyone else, because it was just like every event you go to, you expect like do the interviews, you come home, you're like midnight, just got knocked out, gotta go in the hotel room to do interviews. Like it's just clockwork. And then Desi's not there, and it's just like, oh, I guess I can go to sleep. I guess I can relax. I don't gotta do anything.
mm.
Like when Desi's camera's around, like everybody's on full entertainer mode.
Mhm.
So everybody goes like a little hard to try and get an extra few seconds of the fucking video. But like Miami and Charlotte, that just didn't happen. Um, Like it was an event, sure, but it's like, you know,
Like to
like
us,
it didn't feel right.
right?
It was
And
it
to
didn't
us,
hold.
like in Seoul, to us, an event isn't just the game. Like it isn't just the
Well,
tournament. So to a lot of people it is, but like to us it's like a lot more than that. So
Yeah.
to not have everybody there, it doesn't feel like a normal like
Mm-mm.
event.
If I'm honest though, like I want both of you to think about this. If Desi was there recording, we would not be able to post that video, or at least a quarter of that video.
okay, yeah, there are definitely some parts they'd have to cut out. Oh
We'd save it in
man.
the
The
archive.
hookers Jax brought home. Oh my god.
DJ, what about you, bro?
What
About the
were we talking
quarantine,
about?
the
Nah, I'm
What do
kidding,
you
bro. I'm
miss the
kidding.
most about competing or just being at an event and seeing everybody and just being around the local scene?
Honestly, what's hit me hard about not going to events, I mean, you both already captured all this, so it's just gonna be a repeat of answers, but is to see the boys. Like, obviously, I love to go compete, and I love like just I'm not gonna call them out, but I'm 2-0 against them. I love knocking people out. I'm like getting there, placing T6 just to get blown out by somebody at the end. I miss that. Just having people scream behind us. But like all that's great, but personally. I prefer sitting back, in the hotel room, popping a Rona. Well, we can't do that anymore, but drinking a little bit with the boys, just chilling, vibing. It's a fun weekend every time, and I miss the homies. Just getting there to see everybody and hear their experiences since you don't talk to them. Like, yeah, I mean, it hits you hard after a while. Some people get depressed about it, and I am one of those people. I know I talk to my boys about it a lot, like my mental health, and it is a real thing. Everybody's gotta be aware of it. And it's like when you're away from all your friends that you don't see for so long, it really hits you different.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think I have like a little bit of a different take on it because I haven't been playing in a couple of years, but like I
thank
think
God.
the yeah, I mean, shit, I'd fucking knock you out. Thank God is right.
I'll let you
Hundred
I'll let you
dollar
have that
1v1
one. I'll let you have
tournament,
that one.
Warlock for Desmond.
I'll put
Everyone
100 on
watching knows that's
Briar.
Cat, but I'll let Desi, I'll let Desi have his fame,
I mean,
Yeah.
like just like all like I just there's just so much that goes into an event. Like it just it feels like it's an entire weekend, obviously, but the amount of time you get to spend actually just hanging out and with your friends or with the other guys on the team, and just like actually just hanging out without caring about anything else is so small in that weekend. Because I mean, the event's on a Saturday, you drive up Friday night. By the time you get to the hotel, everyone's tired. Probably hang out for an hour or two, go to bed, wake up. You're at the event from 9 a.m. till midnight or later the next day. You get back, we record stuff. We're tired. We go to bed. We check out at 10 a.m. the next day, and we're gone. And then we don't see each other for another month or two.
Yeah.
Or in this case, since last August or
Yeah.
whatever. Like it's really crazy. But I think the thing I miss most is just doing my job, and you know I just get to show up and record my best friends play and run through a tournament and run the bracket, and then you know just making the video and just getting all the love and support from my guys, and then just the community as a whole. Like I just miss that feeling of just people enjoying what I put out. So I think that's another reason I'm really excited for this throwback tournament, because it's something else that I put in time into that people are gonna enjoy. So just like not doing my job, like I retweeted a tweet the other day, an old clip I had from that Atlantic City event at the Soda Black Ops 4, and I was like, fuck, like it was just them screaming at each other and just getting hype at the end. And I was like, man, like I miss walking into an event and hearing kids scream at each other for 12 hours straight. Like just being in that environment is
The pit.
so like rejuvenating and just like refreshing, and not having that for such a long time and not seeing my friends compete against some of the best amateur Call of Duty players in the tri-state area, it's just tough. So
Yeah.
not seeing my friends, not doing my job, I mean all of it, it's really hard to put into words like what the community means to all of us. And just not being or having that or being able to go to that is just it's a tough thing.
Mhm. Can I add another thing?
Go for it.
One thing I was sitting here thinking about when you were talking about play or the events next year and watching your player or your team recording them and everything. it made me think is I don't think next year I'm gonna be playing, and that's the first year. That's another thing I'm gonna miss. That's the first year that I won't be sitting next to Mamba and the Lock. But I'm
Pretty crazy.
excited to see. I'm excited to see him bring me a chip home next year. See what kind of team they put together and bring me home a little bit of yash.
All right. I have
Yeah.
high expectations to live up to, I guess.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I
I
was
have high
saying that
I
the
have
other
high
day.
hopes for you guys.
I was saying like I love watching back all the old, the hunt videos or just like any video from a local or whatever with Soul, and then, it's always like since I've been here, the guys have never placed like poorly. Like it's always been, you know, top 8, top 63, like whatever, and it's just so awesome to see, the runs they make, the matches they win, but then you always get to that one point where it's like, they're gonna lose this match, and this is when they lose, and then it's like, oh, video's over. It was hyped for 40 minutes, and the last 10 minutes was like, oh, so
We need
um,
one that just ends on a good note.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
just I'm just hoping. Like I just
Please.
can't wait for that video because that video will be, one of the craziest and most exciting videos that I ever make, and I'm just really excited to share that with them when that happens and share it with the community. That'll be a really fun time. Anyone else have any thoughts on the local community or anything in general about NJ rods, UTGs, anything like that?
Future or past, or what do you mean?
I mean, anything you want to say. That's just kind of what we're talking about. So
Ah,
Going into Call of Duty Cold War. That's what I call it, World at War. Fuck that. Um,
hey, watch your potty mouth.
I'll most likely be playing again, and uh, Justin Mamba will most likely be competing again also. We both have sort of the same like mindset where we have to at least enjoy playing the game to want to compete in it. Um, but it's gonna be a big wake up call if the game's good because there's a lot of people that like just last year in Black Ops 4, the previous title, people were not seeing over 100 points against me in a hard point. And this year comes around, and I'm like, hey, you want to get something going for an event? And they don't even answer me. So I think this game with the whole, I don't know if there's going to be a slide canceling next year or whatever it would be, but hopefully there's not. But come next year, if the game's good, and those same people hit me up, just know I ain't answering. I don't give a fuck.
Yes, sir.
So like,
Yes, sir.
Ego.
literally, there's like 20, probably more people that have somehow gained an ego in this game. I mean, the game is awful. I still would hop on every so often. Scrim with Surge. Surge is now under
Nope.
Soul, and that gives me a right to roast him whenever I want. Surge couldn't hold a lane if his life depended on it, but I would scrim with him every day, and we were beating teams that would go to would literally be playing. I was gonna say go to events, but like clearly there's no events going on. We'd be scrimming teams that would be playing in these tournaments, and just like and winning them. Everybody's just gassing them up on Twitter. I scrim them 40 bombs. Next thing I know, I quit. These kids are still winning, and people are still sucking them off. I guess people forgot. But next year, if I'm playing, just like I really do hope that I do not. And obviously, this is if lands are back by then, because I really don't know where it's going to be going or when we're going to be able to go to a land. But if there's a land for Cold War, I really pray that I never face any of those kids that got egos from this game, because I will send them home like I usually do to like a decent amount of people that you know. Maybe you watching this video, if you've ever played me on LAN, I don't. There's like an 80% chance that I beat you. I don't know, maybe. You could be a Frenchie. You could be the 20%. So, and if so, I mean, I literally choke every time against the Frenchies. So,
Welcome back. Let's go.
but yeah, next game, Cold War. Soul's gonna be competing, as long as it's not another Modern Warfare, knockoff. But it is Treyarch, and that means it's most likely gonna be a good game.
Gassed.
So just
I'm
know
gassed.
if events are back, we're gonna be back. The
God, dude, the fucking title. Don't even
I
say
was
it. Nah,
only I would no
don't
I would
even.
no 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 I stopped myself
Intel.
because I was almost gonna say the hunt.
That
But
hurts.
that's just like when I think of the videos, that's like the first thing that comes to my head.
Chicago stole my title, bro. That's yeah, man.
Probably should have copyrighted or something. I don't know, but there's a missed opportunity on a bag. But
Uh,
100%.
that's on DJ, I guess, because he's the owner.
Me, I wasn't the owner at the time when y'all made the hunt.
Anyway,
valid
those are
point.
my last thoughts.
Love that.
Personally, I'm really excited about how the community is growing in this region. Um, Me, DJ, and Hunt, we're all in the same area. We're not real down south, but we're in the same region, North Carolina, Tennessee area. And the amount of lands that we're seeing down here is going up like really fast, and they're being hosted really well. I've gone to NJ Rod tournaments, ETG, EOT, AEL. Not a single person watching this video is going to know what that is. So I've gone to quite a few tournaments, and I feel like the people that are running them down here are running them the best that I've like gone to. Like they're running real smooth. They're on nice stations. They're not in fucking hotel business centers. They're in genuine venues. They're streamed. They have names that like actually attend the events, so it gets attention. So I'm really excited for how the tournaments down here are gonna go. Because you think about it, there are some names that like are down here. You got Nelson, Mosh, John,
Hmm.
fucking. I mean, huh, you we went to the event and you played, so you probably know some names like better off the top of your head. But the Charlotte area, like they're running like solid events, and that's personally what I'm most excited for going into next year once people can actually be in group settings again. Because like that event, I didn't even play in it, um, but it was nice.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it was definitely like there's a lot of ETGs and NJ rods where you have these insane hourly long, like multiple hours in between matches, where like even though I really discredit the event because I didn't enjoy it because like, obviously like a lot of people weren't there, but the actual event itself was ran really well. We don't like they knew when our next match was going to be. We could go get food and come back and not be in a rush, like stuff like that. You ever leave an NJ Rod or ETG to get food and just know
Oh,
you
you're
will not,
fucked.
yeah, like just know you'll not be able to just sit down and chill and eat. You're gonna be eating while you're playing.
Hmm.
So um yeah, definitely props to the I guess it's really just the North Carolina scene cuz well, not the scene, but the events that are ran there because I mean, I've only been to that one, but well, I guess I've been to two, but the other one
Right, the one
wasn't
in
like
Raleigh at the convention center, but that one was a little
yeah, it wasn't like just a COD land, but yeah,
right.
the events actually ran really well. They have like casters, streams, everything like that, main stage, every event. It just sucks because a majority of the people in the local uh, scene is from Tri-State. That's like the most popular area. Um,
Yeah.
if they had one of these events from down here up there, I mean it would be insane.
Ooh,
You know, it
ooh,
would be
crazy.
yeah. Um, but yeah, maybe one day Seoul, North Carolina. Little team house, little
Ooh.
It's nothing crazy, nothing
yeah,
crazy.
nothing too much, but couple millions here and there, some sponsors, G Fuel, whatever else. I mean, I don't want to leak anything. I don't want to leak anything,
Ooh.
but
Gotta keep it under wraps for sure.
yeah, but they know, they know.
DJ, any final thoughts on what you're excited for or anything?
Uh, I think I'm really excited to see the new faces in the local scene. We go back to ETG and NJs and stuff. People don't know about Soul anymore. We talked about this a while back. Like the new faces and the youngsters in the scene. I feel like I could say that I'm getting old. The youngsters in the local scene are they don't know us. They it's not like we used to go and we'd know like everybody there, right? Like Krim or like E-Man Rocks and Bill, all them faces like that. Nobody knows us like that. I'm excited to bring our name back up again.
Yeah, me and DJ were just having that conversation the other night. Like, we haven't been to an event in over almost over a year now, and with all the online competing, it opens up a doorway for people
Yeah.
to play online and not have to travel to a certain place to compete. So a lot of people are getting their name out there just from strictly their online performances alone, and they're making friends and teaming with people from the local scene. So that only opens the door for them to go compete in tri-state locals. And since we haven't been there and we haven't been competing online, there's going to be a lot of people that don't know who we are. So I'm very excited to, kind of not rebuild the brand, but just get our face back out there, get the Soul logo out there, and have people, start to follow us and kind of join us on our journey for a chip.
I mean,
Yeah.
So
the lands not being around is the main reason. Like, I mean, you know how many times over the past, like, say, 3 years, I've heard, or I've either gotten asked from someone that they wanted to join Soul, or they just messaged me randomly saying um, that they discovered Soul and they thought they like loved the org just simply because of a single match that we played at LAN, or just seeing our group at LAN and at an event, having like 10, 12 of us all chilling together in the event, playing, supporting, like people don't do that anymore. Like, and I said this before, 95% of the teams there, they just have that an org. They're just representing the org for the team pass. The org owner isn't there. No one from the org's there. It's just the team. And the fact that we have a whole squad with us, someone who's recording it and making videos about it, documenting it. Um,
Yeah, we were so focused. I'm sorry.
it's just something that's like we're like above all these other orgs that are competing in the local event, in these local events, and with no lands being held, and us not competing online, obviously, I mean, there's no way for people to keep up with us and discover us unless they just randomly see one of our videos, you know. But that's really when we're gonna make a comeback is when lands come back, because
for
that's
sure.
when a lot of people find out about us. That's where all of our streamers have seen us and wanted to join, was from an event. So that's what I can't wait about. I mean, people are gonna be wanting to join once they see us back and see what we do, and I'm excited. And I don't want anything less than what should be expected. Like, we should show up to an event and roll through people. I mean, that's like what we've done before, and that's what we should do in the future.
Yeah.
yeah, I
Sorry
always
about that.
say
My
it's
Popeye
hard.
interrupted.
No, you're good, Deej. It's just hard to cater to a community for like the Call of Duty community. Um, with the team like Soul that was built off of Call of Duty, it's hard to cater to them when we play other games because it's a Call of Duty
Yeah.
based community. They want to see Call of Duty content, but we really can't do that. We're kind of handicapped with all this stuff going on.
Mhm.
So, like Hunter said, the moment lands get back, Soul will be right back at its up there as one of the leading faces in the tri-state community, and I'm super excited for that. Like without this community, I mean, we kind of just feed off each other. Without the community, there's no Soul. Without like Soul, people don't find out about the inner workings of the community. I mean, like our videos and our content we put out is kind of like an inside look into what the local scene really is and what the tri-state local scene really is. So I think
Mhm.
we just complement each other really well, and without having events, it's just really hard to, you know, build up our brand right now, and it's hard for the community to see any interaction like that. And that's why another reason, like you've seen, Cheeto does these throwback tourneys. We're running one this weekend. It's really something to do just to bring the community together and like kind of like reunite us in this really weird time where there's people that want to play the game, there's people that don't want to play the game. But the one thing that unites everybody within this community is Call of Duty. So just by having a throwback or something like this, our main goal is to just have people, you know, enjoy playing Call of Duty again, because that's something that hasn't happened necessarily the last year.
Mhm.
On a good
Yeah.
game.
on a good
Oh,
game.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so excited for this new game. I'm so excited. It's gonna be so sad if it gets delayed, which is what it's looking like. We're deep, and there's still no even announcement for it. We haven't seen gameplay, nothing.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you do think about it, if this pandemic was going to happen in the year of Call of Duty, would you want it to happen in the worst game we've probably ever played and don't even really want to play?
Yeah,
Or would you want it to happen during like a Treyarch game when you know the shit's gonna bang? Like I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, if this shit was gonna happen like
Yeah,
during
that's
the
true.
one COD year, like
That's a
we
fair
like
point.
we got pretty lucky because like this shit's ass. So even if it does get delayed, like delay it, absolutely. Hopefully vaccinations come out, and then we can go to events safely when a
Yeah.
new fun game is out.
Yeah.
Right.
Honestly, like we could be thinking about this wrong. Like, what if Treyarch has big brains and they're delaying it because of the pandemic? You know, like they're
I
just
mean,
holding it off until everything's like
it
comes
would
back
be
and
it
they
would
know
be
their game's
genius
about to.
to do that. I mean,
Yeah.
if they, I
Like,
mean, I just think everybody is probably sick of playing this game right now, and if you're not, you're doing something wrong and you're not right in the head. I mean, this game
Yeah.
is not fun. It's, not traditional in any way, shape, or form. I mean, squad spawning is the worst possible idea that has been implemented in Call of Duty in a very long time.
Horrible.
I mean, just imagine, like, you always see at the start of every game, because everyone's on that, like, honeymoon stage of the game, come, like, January, there's always an event, and it's usually always the biggest event of the year. That first event, there's so many people. Like, I
Right.
just think back to that, like, NJ World War II event, where there was, like, 70 teams, and that game wasn't even good, but people were just playing it because it was new and refreshing and exciting.
mhm.
Like, imagine the way it's gonna be if the Treyarch game is good and we haven't had events for a year.
It's
How
good. It's going to smack.
whoever announces that event first, whether it be an NJ, an ETG, an MES, like whatever,
AGN.
that is going to be so bang. There's gonna be like 100
Huge.
teams there, and
Massive.
I cannot wait for that shit.
Yo, imagine the prize pool of that event because it's the first banger game in the world. It's probably gonna be like a 10K prize with how many teams you know are gonna go there.
Oh, easy.
Oh man,
Like you
it's
could
gonna
probably
be
tweet that out from the go, just knowing how many teams are going to be there.
Oh,
Throw out
and
a
you,
fucking absurd number. 15 bands come through. Like,
Yeah, you're making
the
at least
fuck it.
25.
like
do you know how much they're pocketing though? Oh my
Oh yeah,
gosh,
like
bro.
like
Oh.
all I would kill right now to just wake up tomorrow morning and see that there's gonna be an event at the West Rock, an ETG event at the West Rock, that fucking place with like the soccer court and the basketball court. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. No.
Oh
don't
my
know.
god, I would scream if that happened. Like
Yep.
the day that happens when they announce an event when it's safe to go back and we don't gotta worry about this bullshit coronavirus anymore. Like
I ain't gonna
it's
be
gonna
hopping
be
off the
dope.
toy. Be on that
Oh my
shit.
god, it's gonna be incredible.
Literally,
Just-
like
Life will
day.
be back to normal. We'll be back in our routine. Soul will be popping. The community will be popping. Like
Yo,
I can't wait.
just know for all the people like in the community that we like, Soul's throwing a banger that Saturday night once the event's over.
Oh, come through to the Airbnb,
Nah,
bro. We're
nah,
throwing a
I'm-
fucking rager.
I'm throwing
New
like
York State Police better watch out,
yo,
bro.
we're getting kicked out of our B&B that night. We're throwing a bait.
We're going
throwing a
home
banger.
Saturday night, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yo, just
man.
know for the homies I fuck with, come through. You know who you are. If you don't, I'll let you know.
See, that's what separates us, bro. We could get knocked out in the first round. We're going hard that night. There's kids that get
Yeah.
knocked out in the middle of the afternoon, and they never talk to their teammates again. like
Like
that's
everybody
what
sits there at that event and they're
we could
like,
get
"Oh, so got
DFR'd,
knocked out. They're
and we're
leaving. They're so
partying at
upset."
8 a.m. in the morning, bro. It does
Dude,
not matter.
legit.
Uh, they're sitting there thinking like, "Oh, we got knocked out. We're so upset going home." Like, meanwhile, you transfer over to Seoul. We're sitting there just partying in the room.
Yeah, like
Like, bro,
dude.
like World War II, you guys like got done at like 11 a.m. Went to the fucking mall. Went to the movies. Like,
Yeah, right,
we were
watch a movie
vibing.
and shit.
We were vibing.
I think
Like
we
you
all
can't
agreed.
bring our vibes down.
Well, right, when we're all together, I mean, there's like the event's like 20%. Like genuinely in my head,
Right.
like I care when I'm playing. That's like all I'm thinking about. But like once I lose, I'll be mad for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, oh wait, I'm with the boys. And then we'll
Right.
all
We got
go
the
chill.
vibes, but we're not
Yeah.
even stressing.
Yeah, exactly. And that's
Sucks
why,
for 5
like,
minutes.
Wait.
We gotta get the sad vibes, and then we're like, Oh, we're chilling.
Yeah, okay.
You're just getting straight content for that. Does like it's like 5 minutes of depression, then like it changes over to us like vibe.
Then I turn the camera off, and then boom.
Let's go.
We're like Little
No.
Caesars, drinks, fucking driving to the mall or some shit.
Mad
fucking-
doinks and Amish
fucking
and
bet.
shit.
Playoff basketball after the movies, like,
Like, man, if
No.
if somebody that's not in Seoul and has never been in Seoul for an event joined Seoul and was like, "Yo, I'll come to the event with you guys and like, spend the weekend with you guys," they'd probably have the best event they've ever been to, like by far. Like,
1000%.
we do that shit every time, like every single event. We do that shit. And it's awesome.
Yeah.
Like the event is just the tip of the iceberg. Like that's not even just like the
Right.
beginning of like the peak of the event, like at all. Like there's just so much other shit
Like,
they
don't
have
get
to
it
look forward
twisted.
to.
When we're there, it's another day at the office, business as usual, we're locked in. But the second that game ends, oh my god!
I'm like this. I'm like, all right, GG's. I'm like, we out of here.
Get me the fuck out of here.
So now get in the car, get to the B&B ASAP.
The way that I think about it every event is that obviously when I'm playing, like I said, that's like the main thing, my main priority. But either way, it's a win-win because if we make it very long in the tournament, we get a really good placing. That's a win. But if we don't and we lose very early, we have the whole rest of the day to go chill. So that's a win. A lot of people they lose, they're like pissed. They'll be home in the next hour, just like playing video games.
They
at
go
their
home, they
house.
shoot 1,000 bots that same
Right,
day,
right.
Just hella upset. Like
And
Hon-
we're out
honestly,
here just
Look
living
for
the
the
best life.
fucking X and shooting bots, bro.
I feel like I gotta change as the new owner. I feel like I gotta change my statement. I need y'all to win a chip, then we can throw a banger. Like I can't be having my money going.
Oh,
to
the
trash,
day
you know?
that happens, bro, that party's gonna be.
Yo, no, I said we're throwing a banger. If we win, we're throwing a fucking rave in the fucking parking lot. Bro.
Yo,
walking out, Justin's blowing his pants to the fuck.
Listen, I am
Oh,
so
bro.
I
I'm
am
right
so
behind him
serious.
picking that up.
Like when I say this, I'm so serious. If we win an event in like whenever the next year or so, when we get back to the hotel and we're like partying and shit, I will literally get butt naked and I'm going to run down the street. Like I'm gonna be running down the street, and
Yeah.
and that's it. Everybody's gonna see my cheeks.
Honestly, I
for
hope we have
real,
a
here
pool
we
at the
come.
B&B. That way, skinny dip with Soul. That'd be gas. Wait, what?
Fucking
Yeah,
Miami
if
Part
there's a
2,
pool, I'm jumping in the pool butt naked.
Bro,
Okay.
imagine we went to that New York event this year if it happened. Like, wow. Like,
We were planning on it
wow.
too. That was gonna
I
happen.
know, like that would have
Oh,
been
yeah.
insane.
Like,
Ugh,
I was so gassed for that for real. Like
too much cancellations, and now I'm
I
gonna
mean-
get sad again if we keep talking about it. So.
I mean, I get they had to cancel everything, pandemic, but like honestly, what the Jack said earlier, what they just threw them in a bubble. You guys remember those bubble things? You like ran into each other. What if they just threw them in those on main stage?
like
You stick your arms through and you got your controller in your hand.
You're like this, bro, playing.
this pisses me off so much because there are so many things that they could have done to make a $4.5 million tournament on land. You're straight bullshitting. Like
It
if
could
you
have
think it's
happened. It
anything
just
else,
could have
like
happened.
you literally fly them.
I mean,
to-
how much money is the league making to
Bro,
not
I
be
don't- I
able
don't
to
give a
afford a
fuck.
private jet?
Fly them to Montana. Who the fuck is in Montana?
There ain't no cases.
Put them in a bubble for
Yo, calm down, bro.
14
You're gonna
days,
offend
14
Montanians.
days. Line it up where they all get there 14 days. They
Be the best practice of
quarantine.
that team's life too.
Exactly, bro. Like this pisses me off so much. You can have each individual team on an individual station.
Right. And
So
just
then
link the
you're-
wires, bro.
You're not even going back and forth, like touching each other.
Right.
Like
They could have
sure,
rented out a stadium
You
or
can
something and just put 'em in the
easily
bottom,
space
bro.
out 5 players on a team 6 feet apart across a floor.
bro. You're getting $25 million from each team. Like,
it
fly them
wouldn't have
out
been
there.
difficult.
Like bro.
12
fuck,
teams.
Like, you don't have to go
12.
hard on production or the casters. Like, you don't even go that crazy. Like,
They
just
could put a
make it
face
happen,
mask
man.
on.
Like
Like-
play with the face mask on. Like fuck. Like
That's-
these teams would do it. Like they just want.
I'm
to
sure
go.
they'd rather be that
These are
than
their
play it
calls.
online.
One shot.
I'm
Yeah.
you know for a damn fact that about 10 teams in that league are so pissed it's online. But I can think of 2 right now that are like, holy fuck, it's online. We're winning this shit.
They're
Like,
making bank though, so they
I can
can't
say
really
it too.
complain. Like,
Empire
like-
and Florida.
Dallas, Florida,
Yeah.
I
Jokes.
mean,
Jokes.
I'm sure there's other people that are like.
Well, I
fucking
mean, all
fine
right,
with
Dallas,
it.
Dallas was still nasty beforehand, and as a Florida fan, like I'm gonna keep it a stack. Like they picked up Big Wake, bro, and they're moving different in
They
tournaments,
picked
man.
up
Like
they picked up Big Wake, and that man is big on a liner, bro. Come on.
that guy does not miss, man. Like, bro, like I'm thinking about it. Like, think about all the like rookies this year. They have so much pressure going into next year to go absolutely crazy. Like,
Oh my
think
god.
about Big Wake and Mac Melts putting up like a .8 in their first tournament. Everyone is frying them.
Oh,
They're like, bro,
100%.
what the fuck? Like,
Bro, all I'm saying is you saw what happened when Illy and Shotzi came out the cut and were getting smoked, and they got shit on Twitter for months, and then it went on the line and they won a chip. That's all I'm
Shotzi
saying.
was moving different, bro. Well, they did win one chip on land though, which is like
Yeah,
it's just
it
kind
was
of
the
like
opening event, but the people's argument was that they got the game 2 weeks before everybody else, so they were ahead of the curve. They play the opening event, they win it, and then after that,
People caught up and it was a
Chicago was
wrap.
just in their cheeks the rest of the
Chicago
event
was
until
3-0
online.
them left and right. Ugh.
wait, it
Well,
was the first one.
I don't know if they won the first
Yeah,
one.
I'm pretty sure it was
I
the.
thought Chicago won the first one.
No, I thought yeah, I think they did. I thought they won
mean-
the last one going into
That sounds about right. What was that? Los Angeles?
maybe.
Atlanta? One of those two? I couldn't
I
tell
feel
you.
like it was the last one going right into
I don't
it.
know. Do they have like a?
Oh, didn't they? No, I don't
Well,
know,
we can
actually.
look it up after, I guess.
We can
but-
look it up after. It's not that
Bros,
important.
we are an hour and 6 minutes into this podcast. If you guys
Ooh.
are sticking through this long, leave a like, sub to the channel. You know the content's going to be coming weekly, multiple videos a week. So make sure to sub so you get the little notifications. Maybe hop on YouTube. Also, we always tweet out the videos on Twitter. So if you guys don't already follow us on Twitter, you know where to find us. At Soul_esports. Best around.
Mm.
Well, like we said, it's been an hour and 6 minutes. It's already about almost 20 minutes longer than the first one. So I think it's a good time to start wrapping this up. Like I said, I'm going to reiterate the biggest announcement I have about this week is the Seoul Black Ops 3 Throwback Tournament, Saturday, July 18th, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. DM me at ReallyFresh on Twitter to sign up. $20 per team. It's going to be live streamed. Going to have casters. Going to have sponsorships, popping up. We're going to be talking about them. Highlight video with your best plays done by me after. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. Black Ops 3. This was the game that everyone fucking loved to play. So come play it again. One day or 2 days, depending on how many teams we get. 100% payout. You don't see that shit often. The more teams we get, the bigger the prize pool. So once again, July 18th, 5 p.m. Be there. DM me to sign up. It's all over. Everyone in Soul's Twitter right now. We tweet about it about 17 times a day. It's getting a lot of traction right now, and it's gaining as the week goes on. So signups will close Saturday, probably like 4:30. So you have a lot of time to sign up and get your team together. So don't miss it. And hey, if Black Ops 3 ain't your game, but you want to play in another one, we're not gonna throw one unless the Black Ops 3 one does good. So sign up, give us a lot of teams, show us that you guys want to play more of these, and we'll keep throwing them if you guys want to keep playing them.
Yeah,
Any
I want to
other-
add, even if you don't want to sign up and you don't want to play Black Ops 3, just go on the page, drop that thing a retweet. At least get teams out there. That way, the people that do want to play it, we can blow it up. So next time we want to host one, we can put another poll up. If you want to play like Black Ops 4, World War II or something like that, that way we can get it out there. So more teams do this.
Yeah, I mean, hell, if you don't even want to play, you just want to come hang out, we'll be live for the entire tournament. Different people will be hopping on casting matches. I know I'll be on at some point. Jack will probably be on at some point. Hunter
Yes,
probably on at some
sir.
point.
Yep.
Pete will be on. Luke Weeps will be on there for part of it, I think. DJ might make a guest appearance.
Ooh.
So you never know what's gonna happen. It'll be a fun time hanging out with us. And if you made it this far in the podcast, you know that we're fun, we're exciting, and we'll keep you entertained for the entire tournament. So
That's at
Is-
twitch.tv/soulstreams.
Soul Streams is what we'll
Ooh,
put it. We'll
find
put it in the description. Just made a new Twitch for this, so it'll be exciting. So be there, sign up, tell your friends, retweet it, blow it up, because the bigger it is, the better it's gonna be.
Mhm.
So to close out the podcast, this has been Desi Fresh alongside Hunter Forlow, DJ Aces Laws, Real Applejacks or Jackson, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Sir.